Hi, I'm Alex James, and this is What's Your Story? And today's guest is Clare Pasquale. Now, Clare was introduced by a mutual friend who loves the work that Clare does. So, Clare, tell us about what you do.
I started writing in people's birthday cards. I thought it'd be nice to personalise them a bit with humorous verses rather than just the standard greetings that are already printed. So it would be if it was a birthday card, a leaving card, anything along those lines. Just try and think about things I knew about the people and write about their hobbies, their likes and their dislikes, may have funny habits, and just it's something different and personal, and it could only be about that one person. And this has sort of spread around each time I've got introduced to new groups of friends and they found out about it. People have asked me to do it, sometimes for people that I don't know. So I just ask them to give me a list of things about that person and I will take it and go away and make verses for them. Sometimes I've done it as gifts, printed them off, framed them and given them to them as birthday gifts. So it's again something a bit different that you wouldn't be able to find in a shop. It's just sort of gone on from there, really.
So, when you were younger, did you used to do this then? Is this something you did when you were younger? Is it something that's just happened as you've got older?
Yeah, it's been a thing. Obviously, I studied poetry at school, but only to GCSE level. I didn't take it further. But it's something I don't know why it came to me. I just thought maybe it's something different to give someone. And it's been sort of in adult life that I've done it. And the more people that have read it, the more I've been asked to write them for people. I've started to try and get them out. A couple of places have published only small publications like the local Leighton Buzzard Observer, the Wendover News, a couple of Facebook groups. And I've also started to go to open mic nights, which are usually just musical, but some of them are quite welcoming to say it's something different other than a band or a singer. And they've been quite well received there as well.
So, do you get nervous doing this, the open mic nights?
I do, and I do have to have a few G&Ts before doing them to steady the nerves. Yeah.
So, have you got a sample?
Yes.
Have you got some bits to read? Oh my goodness, this is good.
I've got a few. Do you want me just to pick one, or do you want me to tell you the themes and you tell me which one?
Oh yeah. Let's do it that way. That'll be good. Tell me what you've got. Have you got anything about anybody I might know?
Well, I've got one about Ketz.
Oh yes,
a short one.
Now I must say, everybody, Ketz is a very, very close friend of mine. I love him. So yeah, let's hear Ketz's one.
Yeah, I wrote this for his 60th birthday. 60 is the new 40. A headline told me so. There's more life in you than some youngsters I know. You like to have a party, drinking Doom Bar or red wine. Once they mix together, you're sure to have a good time. You like singing on the microphone when the drink is flowing well. What really gets you going is Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. You don't know all the lyrics, make them up as you go along. That's the way to own it. Belt it out, it's your song.
I bet he loved that.
Yeah, it was a longer version I did. He was one of the ones that I made it, I printed it and gave it to him in a frame. But I just shortened that for when I read it out open mic nights.
So when you do your open mic nights, do you do anything about like current things that are going on?
I have written a couple. That's what really got me going again when COVID hit. Because I thought everything in the news was all doom and gloom, and that's all that was in the news. And I thought maybe I could take a subject like that and try and inject a bit of humour into it. So I have written a couple along the lines of that as well.
Can we have that?
Yeah, I've got one. It's about people deciding whether or not to have the COVID vaccination.
Oh, fantastic.
To jab or not to jab. What if I grow an extra limb? What if my toe drops off? At least if I'm vaccinated, I won't have the COVID cough. It could cause side effects. Will it make me rot? I already have ailments. Oh yes, I've got the lot. I have failing eyesight, blood pressure through the roof. There's also my dodgy knee, and don't forget my broken tooth.
Have you got another one?
Yeah, I've got another one. Again, it's this thing that's going around at the moment where people are unsure, have I just got a cold or is it the dreaded COVID? It's called Winter Woes. It started with a cough, followed by a wheeze. This latest winter cold brought me to my knees. Thinking it could be COVID, 10 times I took the test. Then the dreaded lurgy moved on to my chest. Nose as red as Rudolph's, lips all dry and cracked. Should I report to someone so I can be traced and tracked? I'm dosing up with alcohol, spirits, beer and wine. I believe in kill or cure. I'm sure it will be fine.
They're very good. What's the reaction then when you get loads of people then saying, will you write one for me?
Yeah, I mean, when you first go to a pub, I mean, a lot of the time you can imagine people are there drinking and talking, and the people that come with me to watch, they said at the beginning, they've seen the audience, they're carrying on, they're doing their own thing, they're talking, they're not sure what's happening. But then after a couple of lines, people tend to put down their drinks and turn and listen, because I suppose it's something different, as I said, to a singer or a band. They do engage and they do laugh. And I've had people come up to me afterwards and give really positive feedback, and saying that I should continue and I should pursue it in some way. And I have had other people ask me to write for people I don't know through hearing some of the verses.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I think it's very clever. So, Clare, are you going to publish some then, make a book or something like that?
Well, I hadn't thought about it until I spoke to Tyra, who, you know, had experience of publishing books herself. And she said, if that is an avenue that I'd like to go down, she can certainly help me out and point me in the right direction.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm unsure because I've got quite a lot, but as I said, a lot of them are personal to people. So
Yeah.
if I'd say publish the one about Ketz, that wouldn't really resonate with people unless they knew him. But I have got other ones where they're on general subjects, like I've written about the menopause, which would obviously.
Oh, have you got that one? Can I hear that one? That'll be good for me.
Yeah,
I'm long out of that now, but yeah, I'll relate to it.
Okay. It's called Menopausal Mayhem. Where did I put my car keys? What about the TV remote? I keep misplacing things. Now I've lost my coat. Stood with the freezer door open, trying to cool my bits. Sweat is pouring out of me, and I have stinky armpits. Why am I wearing a tash? I can see the hint of the beard. I've more facial hair than most men. This is really weird. Thank you, Mother Nature, for dealing me this card. Had enough of women's issues. Hormones should be barred.
That is a really good one. Yeah, they're really good. I like it. Where do you, if you could just say where you would like to be, what do you like doing the most then? Do you like to sort of, would it be like more like Pam Ayres, like you write stuff and then, or Victoria Wood? I mean, it's that kind of thing, isn't it?
That's what quite a few people have likened it to.
Yeah.
And in an ideal world, I enjoy doing it. The writing comes easy to me. As I said, the performing to audiences has been quite new, but once I've done it once, it gives you a bit of a buzz and you want to do it again. So yeah. I'd like to carry on doing that. I mean, the writing of the book, somebody recently suggested to me about a podcast, which I hadn't thought of doing before, because I said they're very popular. And it's another good way to reach different audiences again. So if I could turn it into a full-time thing, I'd absolutely love it. But it's just trying to get those connections and, you know, knowing the right people to speak to and so on and so on.
I think it's a lot easier now because of podcasts and you know, people can have their own YouTubes like I've got, and you can just do whatever you like. I like that because it gives everybody the chance to have a voice. But yeah, I mean, I think, you know, what, Pam Ayres no longer around. Victoria Wood died, of course. I love Victoria Wood. But when you know, there aren't very many now, are there? Female writers, comedian type people out there, I don't think. There's space. I think go do it.
Yeah,
it's really good. Do you have a website or a place where people can go and see any of your poems yet?
I haven't yet. My son, I've asked recently about the podcast because he is very knowledgeable on IT things, which I have no clue about. So he said he'll help me with the podcast, and I need to have something like a website because, as you said, if people inquire, unless I'm there with my little book with my notes, I haven't got anything that I can show people. So that's something that I've got to pin him down to help me with to get going.
Yeah, and I think having personalised, it is very personal as well. So I think that, you know, to give them away is nice, but I think, you know, to be able to earn a living at it would be even better, wouldn't it? And we've all got to make a living, so yeah. So if people want to get in touch with you, people watch this, they want to get in touch, how do they get in touch with you, Claire?
Well, I can give out my email address. That's all I've got at the moment. As I said, that there isn't a website or anything. So it's clare.pasquale@sky.com. And that's CLARE, Claire, no I in Claire.
And that's all lowercase. So clare.pasquale@sky.com. And people can contact you. And you're not going to be doing many more of these for nothing. So people, you know, you're on the brink now of getting organised. So if people are thinking of getting something personal for a friend, they should contact you to find out if you can do it. And then you'll be able to tell them what the cost of that will be for them.
Yes, ideally. That's what I'd like to move on to.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, it's been really nice to meet you and to talk to you. And thank you for sharing your lovely poetry.